It started with a cryptic newspaper ad on Friday of last week. It led to us knowing that Swatch and Blancpain were collaborating for the follow-up to Moonswatch, and now it's here. I'm holding in my hand here in New York City the Blancpain Swatch Scuba 50 Fathoms. What Swatch is unofficially calling the Scuba 50, what we might call the Blanc Swatch or the Swatch Pan. But what it is Swatch's take in bioceramic, in the same mold as the Moonswatch, a fun take on a classic dive watch. Now, you might be asking yourself, did Swatch really take a Blancpain and make a quartz watch out of it in bioceramic? Before you get too up in arms about it, know that they did not, because the #1 rule at Blancpain, as you know, roll the clip.
There has never been the Blancpain in quartz, and there will never be one.
And so what we have here is a System 51 Blancpain Swatch. The watch is 42.3 millimeters in diameter. It's 14.4 millimeters thick with a 48 millimeter lug-to-lug distance. And the really interesting thing here, it's one of those small details. There are drilled lugs on this watch. It is attached to a NATO style strap that is crafted from recycled fishing nets. And attached to the strap is a buckle that is signed 50 Fathoms. And there's small details that really make this watch kind of sing more in a premium fashion than the Moonswatch. So what you have here is a 120 click rotating bezel with some actually very solid action for a watch that you'd think would probably have lesser quality. So you have applied markers across the board here. Especially on the blue model we're looking at, you have 12, 3, 6, and 9 markers, as well as sort of like a smoke, almost fume style dial that goes from a dark blue at the edges to a lighter blue at the center. And you have the classic Blancpain logo, the classic Swatch logo, the 50 Fathoms script text, the Swatch Scuba emblem, and the 91 meters of water resistance. And that's important because it is exactly 50 fathoms. The System 51 movement on the back of the watch is actually very well decorated. If you take off the NATO style strap, you can see the watch is adorned with a laser printing of what's called a nudibranch, which is basically a sea creature, and they're utilizing one per watch that's indigenous to the specific body of water. And then beneath it is a very nice laser decoration for the actual body of water that's featured on the watch. You have the signature crown guards, the signature crown. The crystal is what Swatch calls a bio-sourced scratch-resistant material, and you'll also find that on the bezel insert. In addition to that, the dial is not only loomed on the markers, but the bezel is also loomed. And you'll also find a tidy 430 date window. Now I'm holding the blue iteration, and there are 5 models in total. So similar to how the Moonswatch had the celestial bodies, here we're doing bodies of water. So we have the Atlantic Ocean, as you see here. There's a Pacific Ocean model, which is in a yellow-orange color. There is an Arctic Ocean model, which is in a beige coloration. There's an Antarctic Ocean model, which is a white case and has the saturation scale on it. And the Indian Ocean model is a green watch with orange accents. Now, the Antarctic and the Arctic models both feature applied circular markers, which are separate from the Arabic numerals you see on the Atlantic Ocean iteration. And they both feature the vintage Blancpain logo, whereas the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Indian Ocean each have the modern Blancpain logo. You might be wondering why there's no black, and that's because Swatch opted not to use any color it's ever produced on any other bioceramic watch. So all of the bioceramic colors you see in this collection are all brand new colors or brand new shades of colors. But the real question that this really raises is, what does this represent? Is this going to be pandemonium on the level of the Moonswatch? It's hard to say, as this is just being announced today, and we know that the watch goes on sale 2 days from now on September 9th, which is a Saturday. But I think Swatch has really nailed bringing luxury watches into an accessible format. I think the Moonswatch, which is still at the height of its popularity, and say what you will about the monthly Moonshine Gold launches, but people are still buying them and they're still selling out. So it's creating excitement and hype. Putting Blancpain in this package is going to bring the brand closer to a bigger audience and help it gain in popularity, quite frankly, as it should. So the same as the Moonswatch, this will only be available in Swatch boutiques, and you'll need to get in line to buy one on launch day, but these are not limited edition watches, so they will be available after launch day. So if you are trying to get one of these, which retail for just around 400 USD, official pricing to come on that, start lining up soon because Saturday is going to be your chance to get it. And let us know what you think about the new Blancpain Swatch Scuba 50 Fathoms.